Hours after that online feud lit up the internet, Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber ended up in the same room. And trust me, the energy was unreal. You could feel it through the screen. The Academy Museum Gala wasn't just another Hollywood night. It was the showdown nobody saw coming. Hailey showed up locked in a corset she could barely sit in, Kim hid behind a mask like she had secrets to keep, and then came Selena, calm, radiant, and completely unbothered. And while Justin stayed silent, his absence said everything. That night, confidence spoke louder than words. The second I saw those red carpet photos, I knew this wasn't just another celebrity event. It was a silent war dressed in couture. Everyone acted calm, but their eyes said everything. Hailey walked in next to Kendall Jenner, trying to keep that smile steady while her Schiaparelli corset practically cut her in half. Critics said she could barely sit down, and honestly, the tension in that room made breathing hard for everyone. Then came Selena. Smooth entrance, elegant gown, that quiet confidence that no designer could ever stitch into fabric. Kim was there too, completely masked, like fashion's version of a plot twist, turning the night into a live meme factory. And yet, somehow, all eyes circled back to Selena. I kept replaying that moment online, Hailey glancing over, cameras flashing, fans dissecting every frame. You could feel the divide. Team Selena celebrated her peace while Team Hailey defended her presence. But deep down, everyone knew what that silence meant. It wasn't cold. It was power. Selena didn't need to speak. Her calm was the loudest response to a feud that should have died days ago. That night, she didn't clap back. She showed up. And that alone shook the internet. One fan wrote, "Selena walked in like she was the main event, not the drama." And honestly, I felt that. Her energy was untouchable. Not defensive, just done. Another said, "Hailey's outfit screamed tension more than confidence." I couldn't help but agree. The dress looked tighter than the atmosphere itself. The second Selena stepped onto that carpet, the room felt different. Cameras flashed, people turned, and for a moment, it was like the entire gala revolved around her. She wasn't chasing attention. It followed her. The gown hugged her like confidence itself, shimmering under the lights, and that calm smile said everything without a single word. Married, glowing, and miles away from the chaos people kept trying to drag her back into. I remember thinking, this isn't the girl who used to shrink away from drama. This is a woman who's mastered peace. Every movement felt deliberate, unbothered, like she finally knew she'd already won. And I swear, the silence after her entrance was louder than any feud online. You could feel it. This was her era of calm power. No statements, no shade, no reaction, just presence. And it was magnetic. One fan wrote, "Selena didn't walk the carpet. She floated through it." And honestly, that's exactly how it felt. Her energy didn't scream confidence, it whispered it. And that's what made everyone stare. Another said, "She looked like she was in a different movie than everyone else." I couldn't help but laugh, because she really did. While others tried to perform Hollywood, Selena was Hollywood that night. Hailey walked in right after, and you could feel the shift, not in energy, but in effort. The dress was bold, maybe too bold, with that corset cinched so tight it looked more painful than powerful. Those hip pads. I don't know who told her that was the move, but it screamed desperation to match the spectacle around her. Standing next to Kendall, she smiled like nothing was wrong, but the body language said otherwise. I caught myself staring at the photos thinking, this wasn't confidence. This was survival mode. She was trying so hard to project calm, but her eyes kept looking everywhere except the camera. And the irony, the more she tried to glow, the more people noticed the tension. Justin's absence hung over her like a spotlight she couldn't escape. I swear, even in silence, his missing energy said more than she ever could. One fan wrote, "You can tell Hailey's trying to keep it together, but her smile doesn't reach her eyes." And that hit hard, because it's true. Another said, "Hailey looked stunning, but empty, like she dressed up for someone who didn't show up." I felt that. No matter how good she looked, you could sense the missing piece. The outfit was loud, but the loneliness was louder. Just when everyone thought the night couldn't get more chaotic, Kim Kardashian showed up and instantly stole the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Picture this: a skin-colored dress that looked like it had 4 boobs molded into it, topped off with a face mask that made her look straight out of a sci-fi movie. It was giving The Nun Meets Met Gala, and I'm not even exaggerating. Cameras went wild, jaws dropped, and for a second it felt like everyone forgot Selena and Hailey were even in the same room. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw it. It was bold, it was bizarre, and it was pure Hollywood. The kind of look-at-me moment that screams for attention even when nobody asked for it. And maybe that's the point. I think Kim knew exactly what she was doing. Shifting the spotlight, changing the conversation, reminding everyone that chaos is her comfort zone. While Hailey tried to hold her composure and Selena radiated peace, Kim turned the gala into her own stage. Every flash of the camera landed on her like she planned it. I swear, only Kim could walk into a high-profile event dressed like a dystopian alien and somehow make it work. It was the perfect distraction, the kind that makes you forget who's feuding and who's missing. And that's the brilliance of Hollywood. When in doubt, make them talk about you. Even though Justin wasn't physically there, his presence lingered in every whisper, every look, every flash of the camera. It's wild how someone can be completely absent, yet still dominate the atmosphere. You could see it. The way people spoke about him in hushed tones, the way eyes shifted toward the entrance every time a new celebrity arrived, just in case. Because for a decade, Justin was the story. The guy who held the center of this tangled triangle. And now, he's just a ghost walking through every headline. I kept thinking, this silence of his isn't peace, it's distance. It's that kind of heavy quiet that makes people wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. He's out there posting smiles, singing along to random songs in Mexico, acting carefree. But somehow, it feels like he's trying to convince himself more than anyone else. I don't think it's coincidence that he skipped the gala. Not after everything that's been said. Because if he'd shown up, it wouldn't have been about art or film or fashion. It would have been about who he looked at first, Selena or Hailey. Every lens, every headline, every fan would have dissected his expression, his outfit, his mood. Maybe staying away was the only way to stay sane. And yet, you can't ignore the irony. Selena looked the happiest she's ever been, and Hailey looked like she was holding her breath. Justin's absence exposed more than his presence ever could. That's the kind of silence that screams. And deep down, I think he knows that staying invisible might just be his loudest statement yet. When the night finally slowed down, there was this strange calm. Like all the noise had burned itself out, and what was left was just her. Selena didn't need a speech, a post, or a quote to win the room. She walked in peace and left in power. No over-the-top outfit, no hidden messages, no side glances, just grace. You could feel it, that sense of quiet confidence that comes only when you've survived the storm and realized you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. I caught myself staring at her photos long after the event, not because of what she wore, but because of what she didn't do. She didn't take the bait, she didn't feed the headlines, she just existed. And somehow, that presence alone was louder than every red carpet shout combined. That's rare in Hollywood, where silence usually means weakness. She turned it into strength. And the contrast couldn't have been clearer. While everyone else chased the spotlight, Selena became it. You could tell she was in her own world, newly married, steady, and content. I realized then that this wasn't a comeback moment. It was a closure moment. I think that's what people really felt watching her that night. Not just admiration, but relief. Relief that she's finally free from the comparisons, the drama, and the pain that once defined her story. She won, not by fighting, but by choosing peace. And that's what makes her victory so powerful. Because in a world obsessed with noise, Selena Gomez reminded everyone that silence, when it comes from healing, can be the loudest sound of all. You know what's wild? Nights like this remind us that silence, shade, and style all tell their own stories. And Hollywood never sleeps long enough to hide them. Selena's peace, Hailey's tension, Kim's chaos, and Justin's silence. It all played out like a movie without dialogue. And if you caught every unspoken moment like I did, then you already know who really owned that room. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts below. Who do you think won the night? I'm diving into every comment, so don't hold back. Let's spill, dissect, and decode it together.
Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, do like, share, and subscribe for more celeb updates.